Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Matt with the DPI podcast. Glad to have you here. It's Monday, May the 12th, 2025, and we have got a ton to talk about tonight. I thought, skipping last week's show, I'd have a week. I'm trying to plan out when things normally are released, all that kind of stuff. And then Disney just goes and blows my plan out of the water with this whole Abu Dhabi thing. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Not So Scary. We got some dates for that. We've got some ticket prices for that. Whew. I hope you're willing to spend money to go to Disney for these extra events now. We've got food and wine dates solidified now. So yeah, we've got three really, really big things now that are big news for this week. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. Also, if you've been a part of the stream for a while, you understand kind of our growth to 1,000 subscribers. Well, we are super close. We are 10 subscribers away over on the YouTube side to get to 1,000. We're going to do it this week. Love for one of you guys to be the 1,000th subscriber if you haven't subbed to the channel already. So go over to Disney Planning Insights on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to get notifications when new stuff comes out. It's not just the show. We do stuff around the parks. We do ride videos, we do show videos, we do all kinds of stuff, and when we go down there this summer, we've got 2 new shows we're going to be taping, plus we need to get the Finding Nemo show as well. So we're going to have the Finding Nemo show, we're going to have the Villains show, we're going to have the new Little Mermaid show, we're going to try and get Fantasmic, which has been kind of my Eleanor for a little while now, and get all those things, get them together, get them posted for you guys, and have some cool content going into the fall and that kind of stuff. Really a kickoff to that 1,000 subscribers by getting a bunch of new content in to the show. And Tiana's, we haven't filmed Tiana's yet. So yeah, tons of stuff going on. Andre6678, thank you for the sub over on Twitch. Very much appreciated. Really trying to grow the Twitch side. We don't know exactly how we're going to do it yet and how our content really works over there, because we're not necessarily long form, we're not necessarily gaming. We may just run Disney rides on loop on Twitch and just say, hey, if you want to come watch Disney rides, here you go, and just run that on loop on Twitch all the time. Who knows? We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna try something. I mean, there's no hurt in trying. So, but yeah. Thanks for the sub over there. Also, we haven't been on for a couple of weeks, so I want to hit some of the subscribers over on the YouTube side that we haven't talked about yet. So, Kimberly Fisher, thank you for the subscription over on YouTube. All these people here, these next 5, 6, 7, whatever, all over on YouTube. Very much appreciated. Gazelle Cologne and Atiles, thank you for the subscription. Claudia Broder, thank you for the subscription. Never Alive 47, thank you for the subscription. Malta Ridge Volunteer Fire Company, thank you for the subscription. And Event Management Services by Anna Soto, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate y'all coming over to the YouTube channel, checking it out, hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, we are 10 away from 1,000 over on YouTube. So just super, super excited to get to that number. And then kind of see where it goes from there. We've got a lot of stuff, like I said, we've got a lot of stuff planned for the summer. I'm putting together the You're going to the park series again, so we're going to retape all of those episodes, hopefully with Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel. You know, we did those that original series 6 years ago now. We had a lot of people come and tell us how much it helped them plan their first Disney vacations. So we're going to redo it. You know, times have changed at Disney quite a bit, so we're going to redo it for everybody new that's coming to the channel so that they can have that same type of service that we did 6 years ago with a lot of our clients that were coming in right as we started, you know, both of these companies. So yeah. So let's get into some of the news. Like I said, a lot of big Disney news. We're going to start with the big one, the big elephant in the room, because I do want to kind of sound off a little bit on this. Just because for me, this is such a weird partnership when you think about kind of the standards, the ethics of Disney, the acceptance of Disney. You know, Disney opened the doors for a lot of people and a lot of marginalized people because of the company that they are. They're very accepting, you know. And when you are doing things in the Middle East, when you're doing things anywhere else in the world, you're not going to have the same liberties that you do here in the States. So let's start out with the news. So Disney announced last week on the investor call that they are going to be building a whole new Disney resort in Abu Dhabi, the Las Marinas Island area. If you are F1 fans, that is where the Abu Dhabi circuit is this Las Marinas area. And really what they've turned this into is their tourist destination for United Arab Emirates, UAE. So part of UAE is Dubai. So lots of oil wealth in this area, and it's an area that is rapidly growing, exploding because of they've got a ton of money coming out of the ground right now. Everything needs oil, and they have a lot of it, so they are definitely sellers. But when it comes to a Disney park, I think it's an interesting thing. So right now on the island, they have a Warner Brothers park. They also have the Ferrari Land. If you've ever seen the Ferrari Land, world's fastest roller coaster over there. Really cool. I mean, it's super cool. And this Disney resort that they're talking about building is going to be an entirely indoor resort, which makes sense because it gets really hot out there sometimes. And it gets really cold at night. I mean, temperature fluctuations are aggressive in your desert areas. I mean, they just are. So they announced this, and I'm gonna go down. I wanna have the actual Bob Iger thing. So we'll show that here in a second, because that's gonna go over there. There's a lot. May 2nd. I'm way too far back. Okay. So let's go to this one, that one. Okay. I don't know if this is going to play. Okay. So, okay. So financials. So the first thing that I thought about is financials when you're building a new park. You know, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar project. Disney had talked about investing $6 billion worldwide into their parks over the next 10 years. Does this take a huge chunk out of that initial $6 billion to build this park? I don't know. You know, really what they have come out and said is that Miral, M-I-R-A-L, it's basically a destination creation team. Announced an agreement to create a landmark Disney theme park resort in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. The waterfront resort will be located on Yas Island, a world-class destination for entertainment and leisure, connecting travelers from the Middle East and Africa and India and Asia and Europe and beyond. The 7th Disney Park Resort will combine Disney's iconic stories, characters, and attractions with Abu Dhabi's vibrant culture, stunning shorelines, and breathtaking architecture. Okay. So, you get some of the concept art, all this kind of stuff, whatever. Groundbreaking. So really, when you read through what's on Disney Parks blog right now, it is blue sky, 100% blue sky. It's announced, but it's 100% blue sky. There's no real ideas yet, other than, hey, we're building a park over here. Okay. Now, with that being said, let me pull this up over here. This.
There's really no secret about our approach.
Stop. Don't do that. Okay. So let's watch this real quick. I've watched it a few times, but I want to at least get it out there so you guys can see it, and we can start kind of figuring out what's going on. So hopefully that one. There we go. Okay, perfect.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
There we go. Okay, so video announcement. You got Iger, you got Tomorrow, you've got the leader of the Morale team. Okay, so project. You've got a project. It's going to happen. It's not that it's not going to happen. It's, you know, how far down the road is it going to be? So Epic Universe just took 3.5 years. For, we'll call it a 5-land park. Okay. What is this project? What is the timeline going to be on this project? You know, with it being Disney, I'd expect 3.5 to 5 years. I don't think they're going to get it done faster than they did Epic Universe. I don't care how much Morale puts into it, construction effort-wise. 5 years. They break ground next year, say. Speculation. So 2026. This park opens in 2031. Okay? This is a long ways down the road. Okay? Long ways down the road. This isn't impacting anything in the near future. Actually, it is 100% a negative project until it's done. And then people come in the gates, they start paying for things. Constructions cost money. I mean, and that's just, matter of the fact. So, for a company that is taking a substantial hit this year, I think you're going to see a slowed down timeline for a lot of things. And I think it's really going to impact a lot of the stateside projects. One of the things that we were going to talk about today is Mama Melrose closed over the weekend. Why is that important? Monsters Inc. land. Well, how much does this slow that project down? You're taking a lot of your creatives, and Abu Dhabi's going to want your best creatives building a park for them. So now you've got tier 2, tier 3 people coming off the bench for your American parks. Is that acceptable? So, I mean, I think it's just something, Disney has the plan for these areas already, but it's concept art. It's not built yet. And we all know that as things are getting built, the Imagineers are going in and they're making changes and they're seeing things that maybe they didn't think of on a smaller scale, that now that they've got a full-scale project, they're thinking of, and they have to change and they have to move on the fly and that kind of stuff. Do we want, Timmy, that was an intern last summer, being a major part of this project? You have to bring your new guys on and they have to have some responsibility, but who's going to lead these projects here stateside? You've got Tropical Americas, you've got Monsters Inc., you've got the Cars demolition of the middle of Magic Kingdom, you've got Villains Land coming, you've got Disneyland Forward, you got the expansion of Avengers Campus. You have all these things that are going on right now. Is it really in your best interest to spread yourself even thinner with a project like this? So, yeah, I mean, it's a huge deal. I mean, they're getting a park in the Middle East. I mean, it really bridges that gap from the Paris parks to the Asian parks. And now you've got parks all around the world. You can actually say parks all around the world now. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see, and everything that kind of happens behind the scenes. This is where the whole fly on the wall mentality would be awesome to just see. Kind of, okay, we've committed to this now. How the hell do we do it with everything else that's going on? That's kind of where I'm at right now with Disney and them trying to figure this out. I don't know that they can really figure it out real well. So we'll see. Let's see here. Wow. You guys are jumping on the views over on YouTube. Thank you very much. That's pretty awesome. Great to see everybody over on the YouTube stream. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, definitely put them in the chat. Love to interact with the people that jump on and watch, listen, everything like that. If you catch the show late and you still want to discuss something, down at the ticker at the bottom, all of the social media accounts run by throughout the show. But over on Facebook at DPI Podcast, on Twitter X at Disney Insights, easiest places to find us. If you want to jump on Instagram, check out some of the stuff that we're sharing over there. Disney Planning Insights. Pretty simple. We keep it simple. We try and It's pretty congruent now. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. So, 2 big events coming up in the fall, which one of them, surprisingly enough, usually happens here in about a month and a half. And it is not happening in a month and a half. So what is that one that should have been happening in a month and a half? And that is Food and Wine Festival. Food and Wine Festival has been pushed back this year. Which, it's actually interesting because it's pushed back almost 2 months. So it's not going to start until August 28th, which is weird. Super weird. It's gonna open the weekend before East Coast goes back to school in the fall. Kind of weird. And it's going to run all the way through November 22nd. So all the way up till they do the switchover, which they're going to have like 3 days to do it for Festival of the Holidays. Because usually Festival of the Holidays at Epcot starts Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, it's a thing. It's really a thing. So Food and Wine Epcot International Food and Wine Festival running August 28th through November 22nd. Shortened, like I said. When you give it the extra couple of weeks in November, it's still shortened 6 weeks. Okay, I mean that's a pretty big deal. Like, Food and Wine usually opens the weekend after 4th of July and runs through about the teens in November. So it's usually open for the first couple of weeks of November, shuts down, Festival of the Holidays opens up right after Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would shorten that, because that, to me, looking at the parks during Food and Wine, it's probably one of your most lucrative events. Now, the only thing that I can think of is you want to get it outside of all of these deals that you're running for the summer right now. And if you have your Cool Kids Summer, the cool kids aren't going to Epcot for Food and Wine Festival. Alright? Which makes sense. But still, I think it's something that you have to get up and going. I mean, the parks are packed. Especially the weekends Food and Wine Festival. Every weekend Food and Wine Festival. Parks are packed. So, also, yeah. So Food and Wine Festival is announced. We also got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party coming back August 15th through October 31st. This is pretty consistent with their normal timeline. Honestly, I think it's right on par where it's been the last few years. Lots of dates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably about 30 dates this year for Not So Scary. It's a lot of fun. I love Not So Scary. One thing that they're going to move to Not So Scary is they are going to open up the Beacon Barrel during Not So Scary. What is the Beacon Barrel? The Beacon Barrel is Oga's Cantina, Pirates of the Caribbean style. It's exactly what it is. You're going to have the same types of things. A little bit of Trader Sam's in the bartenders, a little bit of Oga's, a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean. So, a lot of people are pinning that because they had opened up reservations to Beacon Barrel and then they shut down the page and then, yeah, it's a whole thing. But it's Disney. I mean, what do we expect? So we've got showtime. So let's talk some rides and shows here. Rides and shows. It's a Small World, Disneyland Park, opens. Coco, Dante, new additions at and it's a Small World. It's going to open tomorrow, May the 13th. So It's been pushed. It was supposed to open earlier this month, didn't. It's opening now. Villains, Unhappily Ever After show. Disney's Hollywood Studios, taking the building that McQueen's Racing Academy was in. Okay? Show times are now up for Tuesday, May the 27th. I know somebody. Morning shows, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Afternoon, 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30, 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30, 4, 4:30. And then evening, 5, 6, and 7. So from 12 to 4:30, they're running every half hour. In the morning, from 10 to 12, it's on the hour. In the evening, from 5 to 7, it's on the hour. Pretty easy to remember that schedule. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 show times every day. Show is supposed to be between 17 to 20 minutes long, which means that the seating area probably isn't going to be super large. If they feel like they can empty and fill in 10 minutes, they probably didn't do a whole lot to that McQueen's Racing Academy seating area. So interested to see. We'll definitely be checking that out when we're down there this summer. Look for the video when we come back. World of Color Happiness makes its official debut a week from today, which is a week from May 9th. So May the 16th, it's going to open up. So Friday, it will open up. World of Color Happiness will open up, and it will include a Muppets pre-show featuring Kermit the Frog, Gonzo, and other Muppets sharing safety announcements and a zany song and dance number. You take away Muppets 3D, you make them do the safety dance for World of Color 1. Thanks. Little Mermaid Musical Adventure will be open from 9:15 a.m. to 7:15 p.m. when the show debuts on May the 27th. Disney's Hollywood Studios. Fully reimagined production will include new puppets, props, scenery, effects, songs, and more. So May the 27th on both of the shows at Hollywood Studios. Little Mermaid's going to be back in the Little Mermaid building where it was before COVID. Then the building got ruined in a flood. And then they redid the show. So Disneyland Resort 70th anniversary album is coming soon. They're doing an album of songs. Reimagined songs, probably the Jonas Brothers 70th anniversary celebration song, whatever. Bulk candy containers are being sold at Walt Disney World. In the parks, you can get it at Main Street Confectionery, at Magic Kingdom Park, Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, at Zuri's Sweet Shop. At the resorts, at the Boardwalk, at the Screen Door General Store, and at the campsites, Meadow Trading Post, Disney Springs, Goofy's Candy Company, and the Disney's Candy Cauldron. You can check out all those. Mama Melrose closed over the weekend. I really liked Mama Melrose. Yeah, Jay, I'm with you. I wish there was more Muppets in World 2. There was a rumor, and I'd still love to see this happen, even if they do it on a seasonal rotation. There was a rumor that Sam Eagle was going to take over the Hall of Presidents for 4th of July. That would be epic. It would be awesome. They've put him in the windows of the building during right around the 4th of July. So usually like July 1st through July 5th. They'll put him in the windows sometimes, and they'll have little, puppet shows with them up in the windows of Hall of Presidents. But yeah, I'd love to see like a full takeover of Hall of Presidents with Sam Eagle. That would be that would be a show people would come and see. You want to spice up, you want to freshen up Hall of Presidents, have the Muppets do all the announcing, introducing the presidents, It would just, yeah. Exactly. Love to see more of him besides waiting in the line for barbecue. 100%. 100%. Paint the Night. Paint the Night's getting a lot of attention. It opens up a little bit the 16th, so it opens up on Friday. Tink's getting a new outfit. LEDs are getting a refresh. They just released a pass to Magic Key, or a poster to Magic Key holders that's really, really cool. Can't wait to see this when this comes back. I will definitely be checking it out on somebody's YouTube this weekend, because that is one of those parades that I'd love to see in person. We missed it while we were out there. Now, granted, we got to see Magic Happens. Now I think the next parade is the one in Shanghai. Is probably the next highest on my list to see. But yeah, Paint the Night's going to be awesome. Okay. Here's something else, and I'm this summer is going to be a really weird summer with the podcast and talking about Disney. I just have a feeling about it, because I am very much noticing trends on cost cutting in the worst possible ways with Disney right now. And one of the things that I saw over the weekend was Fantasmic at Disneyland. They run 2 shows. The success of Fantasmic at Disneyland relies on dining package sales. It probably does to a certain effect at Hollywood Studios as well, but at Land, it really does. Second performance of Fantasmic, and what night was this? May the 11th. No dragon, no fireworks. What? It's like, how can you have Fantasmic without the dragon and without the fireworks? I don't understand. I just don't understand. And if this is just, if it was a technical error or a whatever, don't run the show. Hey, we can't put up fireworks. We're not going to do the second showing of Fantasmic. Are you going to piss off a lot of people? Yeah. You pissed off a lot of people anyway. Because now they stayed at the park to watch the show, and you didn't do the things. You didn't do the Fantasmic things. So, yeah, that's... I don't know. Just... it is going to be an interesting summer with Disney. It just is, because they are going to take such a hit. They're going to take such a hit with Epic Universe beginning of the summer. 100%. And I love these people saying, it's not going to be too bad. You're going to see more people go to Disney because they feel like the parks are going to be less crowded. No, the parks are going to be less crowded because everybody's at Epic Universe. Have you seen the ticket sales for Epic Universe? If you're not an annual pass holder right now, good luck this summer. It's going to be a hard ticket. Going to be a hard ticket. You know, I still go on the Disney website. So, Epic Universe opens in 2 weeks, basically. Okay? So if we go to Walt Disney World's website right now, let's try and find some dining reservations at Walt Disney World. This is always fun. This is one of my favorite things to do. Okay? We're going to reserve dining. Okay? 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. We'll look for 4. That's always fair. Let's look 22nd. Let's look. That's Memorial Day weekend. That's going to be tough. So let's look on the 27th of May. Okay? All day. 27th of May. So it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday after a holiday. So this should be like prime, like people going to the parks. You can get Ohana. You can get Akershus. You can get Be Our Guest. There are, 8, 20? There are 35 reservation times at Be Our Guest. You can get Beaches and Cream. You can get Cali Grill. You can get Chef Mickey's. You can get Garden Grill. Holy hell. There are 24, 36, 37 reservation times available for Garden Grill. Garden Grill's a tough place to get most times. You can get Skipper Canteen. Lots of Skipper Canteen. Le Cellier, Liberty Tree, Maria Nenzo's, Monsieur Paul, Narcoossee's, Oga's. There's 34. There's 42 reservations open for Oga's right now. On May the 27th. So, 15 days away. 15 days away. There's over 40 reservations available at Oga's. Rodeo Roundup. There's a lot of reservations at Rodeo Roundup. Spice Road, Splitsville, Steakhouse 71, ton of reservations. Steakhouse 71's one that's kind of snuck up, that's been a harder reservation here the last few trips. There's, breakfast, 14 reservations for breakfast. Lunch, there's 8 reservations for lunch, there's 2 for dinner. Storybook Dining, at Artist Point with Snow White, 7 reservations available there. Tepanito reservations. Yeah, I know you guys don't like Tepanito. That's fine. I understand. Brown Derby. There's 19. There's 23 reservations available for Brown Derby. Topolino's. There's dinner reservations at Topolino's. Tusker House. There's 5 breakfast reservations available at Tusker House. You know, the other 2 meals, whatever. But breakfast at Tusker House always sells out. Always sells out. We're 16 days away. You know, up last week when we were looking at it, there was still Royal Table. Now, granted, they were during the fireworks Royal Tables, but there were still Royal Table reservations available. Let's see. When's the first Royal Table I can get? First Royal Table is Garden Grill. Royal Table. I can get Royal Tables on Wednesday. The 28th. After the fireworks. So not only do you get to see the fireworks, then you get to go to Royal Table and eat. And then after you get out of Royal Table, you can get in line for a ride because they're open till midnight for Deluxe Resort Guest. So, travel agent brain working here. Yeah, so I just don't understand with some of the stuff that's going on why Disney thinks that they're in a position to do some of the things that they're doing. Paint the Night Lead Float with Tink. That's just gonna be so fun. Man, I can't wait to see that. Just seeing if there's anything going on. List of available attractions, special overlays. Mickey's Not So Scary. Let's see. What do we got here? List of attractions and overlays. Base Mountain Pitch Black. Been doing that for years. Mad Tea Party with special lighting effects. Doing that for years. Holiday Jokes, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, doing that for years. Why? They've got the things that... Oh, they're not adding a ton. I think the worst thing they did with Not So Scary is they took away the live pirates in Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, it's I just don't even know how to. Yeah, it's exactly. They're going for bulk over quality right now. 100%, Jay. 100%. Bulk over quantity. But it just, I don't even know if it's even that good. And they're going to do a special... Here we go. Jay, this is even better. They're going to do a special Not So Scary just for D23 members. Wow. And you're going to have to pay for it. They're going to send out a special link for D23 members, so it doesn't sell out, for the August 29th one. And you're still going to have to pay full price, it looks like. Solid. Solid. Disneyland's getting more of the Paris-style kiosks, entrance kiosks. So if you haven't been to Disneyland here recently, they've been working on updating their entrance turnstiles. And they ran these in Paris. Again, I will continue to say until I'm blue in the face, if you want to know what's happening with the American parks, look at Paris. Because Paris is where they're testing out a ton of these ideas before they even get here. You know, Lightning Lane was a Paris thing. Premier Pass, Paris thing. These new turnstiles, Paris thing. So new turnstiles, you scan your Magic Band or your ticket or whatever, it takes a picture of your face. First time, it takes a good picture of your face. Every other time after that, it just geo-matches your face to make sure it's the same person using that ticket. They're really cool. What's one of my favorite things about coming to a Disney park is getting greeted by the person at the turnstile. Getting greeted by the person, and that excitement when you scan your band and you do your finger thing, and they look at you and make sure you're the right person, and they say, "Hi, have a magical day." Now we get to have a screen tell us have a magical day. Have a magical day. Exactly. Human interaction. Why are we going away from human interaction? It costs money. I understand it costs money. But it's human interaction. People. It is... And this is what gets me. So... I'm a constant book reader, constant learner. One of the things that I got into a few years back was minimum wage, and why minimum wage. When minimum wage was created, it was pitched, gaslighted as a great thing. And people just latch on to minimum wage because it's the best thing in the world. If the minimum wage is a living wage, which isn't a real thing, the world would be better. We'd be socialists, but that's beside the point. The minimum wage excludes people from the workforce. Because as an employer, you need to find people that do the minimum wages worth of work. So somebody that is a greeter or at the turnstiles at Disney, it's a great job for somebody that may not have the skills to work on the rides or to run one of the restaurants or to be a server at the restaurant. It gives people different opportunities to do jobs that match up to their skill level for an appropriate compensation. When you take away those types of jobs, you're taking away jobs for lower skill level individuals. Across the board. There's no exclusionary process to this. Okay? You know, some people just can't do the jobs of other people. It is what it is. So to have jobs like the person at the turnstile at Disney is a big deal. Because it allows somebody that may not have the skills to have a job somewhere else to have this job. If they're friendly, if they can look at a face and they can match up a face, if they can raise their hand and say, hey, we've got a problem, they have a job. You're taking this away from people. So, yeah, is it cool technology? It is. Why didn't you put that technology into your parks and use it for something like, hey, let's redo Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom with Lorcana cards? There's an idea. Disney, I'm always here with the ideas. Anytime you need them, I've got you. I'll send you my Venmo account. You can just transfer the funds. We'll figure it out. I'll give you the ideas. We'll do it little under the table, make Disney better again type stuff. I got you. But until then, I'm going to sit here and just say things the way I see them. Because there are a lot of things that I see that aren't going to go your way. You're going to look back and the tweets aren't going to age well. So lots of news today. Like I said, we will catch up again next Monday. I think I'm good next Monday. So we'll do it again. We'll see what they release this week. We'll see if we get any more details on Food and Wine. We'll see if we get any more details on Not So Scary. Maybe talk a little bit about Paint the Night, some of the things that are getting up and going for Disneyland 70th. Yeah, I think we'll have a lot of fun next week. So join us again, 7:15 Eastern Daylight Time, next Monday, May the 19th. Until then, have a good week. Good seeing you guys again. Maybe the next time I see you, YouTube will actually be paying me money to do this. It'd be awesome. But if they're not, it's not a big deal. I'm still going to be here. I've been here the last 6 years. You can't keep me away now. So, again, have a good week. We'll see you next week. Let's get to the right screen at least. Bye now. I had no guests. I have no friends. I just like to ramble about Disney stuff. But if you're here, you like to ramble about Disney stuff too. So, thanks. If you're looking for us on social media, you can find us in a lot of different places. The easiest is going to be over on Facebook at DPI Podcast on Facebook, the show page at PATM Disney Travel for the travel page. If you're a Twitter X user and you want to interact there, that's where I get my most hot takes and that kind of stuff over at Disney Insights on Twitter. We also got Instagram and YouTube. You can Thank you guys all for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, posting, everything that you do to support the channel. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next week.